What's going on, everybody? Doc from Average Gamer Guys back yet again into a little bit more Rocket League action, and this one's been a little while coming. You guys know we just finished up just our insane amount of videos from Double Painted Weekend, and honestly, we've had this one in the wings for a little while, but I was a little salty. Not unlike that shot, I was a little salty just from the start of this new season. So we're kicking off another Road to Rank series. We're not really sure. I don't have any plans for this one with where it's going to go. Last season, I was really proud if you guys followed along. We made it pretty well. I want to say we made it into, I think, Diamond 1 Div 3 by the end of the season through solo queuing. So I was super happy with that. I was really proud of this. This is the start. This is our start. These are our my series of first 10 matches to get ranked again. So my hope was to win my 50 or 60%, so 5 or 6 of them. And this was, I think, actually might be the first or second game we played, and things were feeling pretty good at the outset. And hoping that we could get back to close to where we were and then kind of continue the series from there. I'll give you the long and the short of it. That's not what ended up happening. Our ranked placement matches, our reset, did not go the way we wanted to, and it's unfortunate. So I've got the wins here. So we've got 3 matches. I don't even know if we're going to talk very much about them. This first game was just kind of a little bit of a domination game, and I did enjoy that. And then the series after that proceeded to be not so many wins. So we ended up getting 3 wins out of our 10 matches, which was just abysmal. I got myself into a little bit of a hole too because I angrily played Rocket League, which I don't ever recommend anybody do, and proceeded to rank down a little bit more trying to solo queue some doubles, which is why I'm saying I'm not sure where the series will go. I have high hopes. I want to continue to climb. I do think it is getting close to the point, especially as we get into Diamond, and I saw this even with our Diamond 1 matches, that the synergy for teammates was getting close to being to the point where it was really hard to overcome solo queuing with somebody. So we may try to climb back. We may do a couple where we try to get back, and then we may request some additional assistance, maybe play with Sloth a little bit, and continue the series. We do really hope with this season. I really hope to get to a high rank. I'm not going to, at this outset, say until I'm comfortable with how I want to go about the series, comfortable kind of putting myself in a spot, but the goal is to always improve. So I do want to get better than we were last season. Diamond 1 Div 3, again, solo queuing that for me in doubles. I was pretty proud of that. I do have some hopes for 3s this season as well. I will tell you, I do hope I can get into Champ and remain relatively consistently this year in 3s. I said this year, but I meant this season. And then doubles, I would be really happy with a pretty high Diamond rank, I think, in doubles. But we'll see where it goes. Like I said, we'll see how we end up doing, and how much time we're going to end up being able to put in towards the grind. That's the other thing, is I think me and Sloth have really want to get some competitive play. He's obviously, again, much better than I am, both mechanically and just at the game in general, and so I need to be able to step my game up a lot, and that's going to take some additional time, some additional training, but hopefully you guys can hang out, enjoy the ride. We do enjoy posting a lot of Rocket League, not only just crate openings, but also gameplay, and trying to get back to our regular schedule and series for everything. So I'm saying that because, crate openings, this is probably coming up a couple of days after the crate opening series from Double Paid Weekend is over. But I'm saying all that because those will still be around, I promise you that. But we are going to definitely mix up our games as well. We're going to get back to some of our other series. So you may or may not have seen some community designs. We also want to get back into Sloth's Coaching Corner as well, which we need some game clips for that. And then obviously we're going to continue to stream, continue to try to do some community events. It wasn't too long ago that we did the weekend 2v2 tournament, which was a ton of fun. Then we were able to do some community 3s and community 4s on stream, which was a ton of fun as well. So this seems like a pretty good time to do a shameless plug. Welcome if you're new to the channel. We do a lot of Rocket League and some other games as well. And we stream a couple of nights a week. We try to do our best to stream for a good chunk of time on the weekends. Rocket League, Apex, whatever else we got going on, a couple other games coming up. And yeah, so all that is in the link. All the links for that is in the description below. If you want to stay really in tune to our channel, you do two things: follow us on Twitter and join our Discord. Discord's really been growing. We got a good community there of people, you know, just looking to hang out, have some fun, play some games, mess around. And again, it's a really good opportunity to you know, find out when we're going to do the next community events, whether that be tournaments or just community games or whatever we end up doing. So make sure to follow us, join. If you're not on Discord, you need to join. It's really easy to download it. You get on your phone, you get on your desktop, you do all that good stuff. And yeah, we can hang out, chat with you guys and gals out there, and just enjoy it. So like I said, we'll see where this goes. I'll just be really honest, I was not happy with my placement matches. This one, again, obviously went really well, unlike that shot. And, you know, it's one of those things where I just had high hopes. We had just come off. So it's not like I took a long break. These are obviously coming up many weeks after this season started. But it's not like we had a long break from our competitive matches. I really did grind a little bit. I played some off-camera to get up into Diamond 1 Div 3, and I was, again, really happy with that. I was feeling really solid. We finished off the season, last season, really well. I thought we were playing really well. Mechanics was feeling good. Our speed, our decision making was really good. Obviously, we had some issues here and there, just like I continue to have some positional issues in this play right here. But what I'll tell you is, I had a really high hopes for our placement matches, and they just did not go very well. So I'd be curious to hear, for those of you in the community that are hanging out watching this video, what did you guys think? How did you guys end up doing? You know, what did you see from your placement matches? Did you get where you want? Do you like the soft resets? You know, I'm going to be honest, up until this point, I really did like the soft resets, and this is not the first time that I've had an issue where they don't go my direction. But what I will tell you is it feels like a fresh start, right? It feels like a fresh opportunity just to kind of reset everything, get back into a comfortable spot, and maybe even to a certain extent get a little bit higher than I had been placed before. And honestly, that's kind of what I was hoping with how well we were playing at the end of this season with these placement matches, because it just gave us the opportunity. I just felt good. I felt like we could win, you know, 7 of 10, 8 of 10, and might be able to bump ourselves up just a smidge more to start the season off well. Again, that didn't happen. We got just the 3 wins, and we had the 7 losses, which, you know, to be honest and to be really fair, did not hurt us with where we placed finally, which ended up being Plat 3, Div 4, I think. So we were really right below where we were. Honestly, not a bad position for losing 70% of the games. But again, it was just tough. It was tough to swallow, and I think because of that, it demotivated me a little bit. I'll be honest. You know, some other things happened. We obviously got all the double painted weekend. That was, you know, we were really driving towards that. We got some other games that came out, and so that kind of took a little bit of the attention away from it. But what I will tell you is, you know, it was just hard. It's been a little bit hard, honestly, to even get back into the game. Still really enjoy the game. Still really enjoying, you know, casuals and stuff, playing 2s and 3s. But it's just hard to want to get back into that competitive mindset. So hopefully by posting this, that kind of motivates me again. I will tell you this too. Looking back, and I scrolled through, I did save all 10 of my you know, placement games. I think I had like 3 or 4 games go into OT that we couldn't close out. So it's not like they were complete blowouts. I felt like we were pretty well positioned, and you know, that kind of makes it sting almost a little bit worse. I'll be honest with you. Was I felt like we played pretty dang good, but just couldn't close those games out. And it was, again, you know, 1 goal difference or a couple shots or 1 mistake difference. And, you know, I think as we started, we were probably playing with, you know, platinums or, you know, somewhere near in there. And then as the games went on, we kind of continued to kind of fluctuate between diamond and platinum. And it just made the losses tougher and tougher. So, like I said, in the comments down below, I'd be really interested to hear what you guys think. and hear how your placement matches and how your start to your season is going. We're obviously quite a few weeks in. You guys probably didn't spend nearly as much time trading up and opening crates as I did during Double Painted, which was a pretty fast way to burn yourself out of this game, but was just a ton of fun. And I gotta say this, for the community that's here for Rocket League, you guys have been absolutely awesome. I cannot say that enough. The streams and everything that we've done, we've had such a blast also doing a couple of the streams with the community games and other things that we've done, the tournaments. We really look forward to doing a lot of that stuff more. I sincerely say that. And it's just been a ton of fun. These videos are great. Love chatting with you guys in the comments, so please do comment down below. But what's even more fun is being able to get on stream, chat with you guys, and actually talk to you in real time. So we really want to do more of that. Twitch is an awesome platform that we've really started to enjoy. And the cool part is we get to do videos and do the streams as well. It's pretty easy to manage both because the streams don't take a whole lot. It just takes you guys hanging out with us and playing some games. That's really it. Chatting with us a little bit, which makes it a whole lot of fun. So, I like I said, want to hear your thoughts. Want to hear your thoughts on the season. Want to hear your thoughts how I can't play any defense during this game, and just see how everything's going for you. With that being said, let's talk a little bit about the game. Let's talk about how a couple of these games went. First game, really solid. You guys saw it. It was a pretty easy blowout. We had a couple positional mistakes. This game, I'll be honest, I think this was like, I was like 3 or 4 losses in at this point, maybe. So I was not happy. I was not in a good place to be playing Rocket League, or to continue playing Rocket League, rather. After like the 2nd or 3rd loss, I should have just given up, but I didn't. I said I need to get these games and these placement matches done, and it can't just be me. I've got to see how it's going. Teammates, honestly, we had a couple that didn't play very well, but I do take a lot of the ownership on myself. Decision making, speed of play, especially when I was kind of, I'll call it tilted, it really affected my play. Here was a rough game to start. You guys, we were down 3-1, and felt like we were kind of behind the 8 ball, especially as we started this game. I made some bad positional mistakes at the beginning. Wasn't playing with very good speed or mechanics, to be honest with you, and was a little worried about my teammates, some of my teammates' decision making as well. Like this little play here, which was kind of a dump off, which just turns bad for me because I have to push. Now he forfeited, which I thought was very ironic. So that's, I don't know if that was intended to be a pass. He loses the dribble, which I need to watch for, and I think is an important thing for everybody out there, especially if you're in that gold to low diamond range. Is control and consistency, like we've talked about in the past, is absolutely huge. I'm a bad dribbler. I know that, right? So in a competitive scenario, while I should do it more because the individual game really doesn't matter, I should do it more to get used to it. I don't do it as much, and when I do go to dribble, I want to try to make a conscious effort to be as consistent with it as I possibly can. So again, there were some bad things that happened, and how we won this game, I'm honestly not really sure. This is another instance of our teammate not really being able to dribble, right? So that first play I started talking about was him losing the dribble and it kind of turning into this really terrible soft pass, which then makes me push, which then makes essentially an easy 50 for the opposing team. They score on us. That play that you just saw was another attempt of our teammate. Again, we're down. I get it. You know, I hadn't been playing fantastic up to this point. Not absolutely terrible, not unwinnable terrible, but just hadn't been playing very well. And our teammate, I felt like, was trying to do a lot, as well as trying to do something that was really not within his skill set. So what does he do? He tries to make a catch basically on the goal line. He gets a bounce dribble going, which is arguably even harder to control, especially if you don't really know how to dribble very well. And I try to come in for the same. He bodies me out, and we end up getting scored on yet again. So we've got to play with some speed. We've got to play with a little bit more consistency. And then I'm also, in the back of my mind, I'm running this through that it's going to just take a lot. Unfortunately, it's going to take a lot of my individual play in order to hopefully make up for, unfortunately, some of my teammates' mistakes. And again, I take my ownership. I've definitely made plenty of mistakes here. I was really happy with that little pop shot. I was kind of hoping it was going to go in. but we set up a good opportunity for our teammate. He does make a good follow, had decent positioning there, and is able to score that goal. So we're only down by 2. And again, at this point, I'm not in a mindset that we're going to win this game. I'll be really honest with you. At this point, again, sometimes your teammates are going to surprise you. This guy makes a really nice shot off the wall. He really did. He actually had to boost off the wall a little bit. Really, really solid. So that gave us a little bit of life. Obviously, in Rocket League, it's very easy to turn it around. And I believe we're able to do that. I don't even think we go into overtime here, but we'll watch and see. Again, that's how long it's been since these games were played, so you'll have to forgive me. So, makes a great challenge. I have to just line up a shot. Very little boost. Took my time there. We get the tie up. And very quickly, we come back from 3 down to be evened up. So I was happy with that. Again, that was a good challenge. And a double commit by the opposing team there really helped us out. They don't double commit. Their second player keeps a little bit of spacing. And they might actually be okay to at least challenge that ball and make that shot for me. Had anybody been back to challenge, I had no boost. There was probably no way that I was going to end up scoring that. So I think that's kind of an important note. And just goes to show you in doubles, you guys know this, positioning is really, really key. So we get a little bit of a miss here. I get a lineup shot. Really happy with this placement. Obviously, the defender here is flopping a little bit, right? He goes up to try to make that touch. Honestly, not a terrible play because he's outside of the goal, so he knows he needs to kick that into the corner, into the side. And then at that point, I know I just need to get it across. I need to go far post and just make sure I put it behind him, because he was kind of in a position, if I shot close on the near post, that he might have been able to block that. So we get away with one here. Again, finally a little bit of life after a couple of losses that we had. So that was a solid pickup. And again, that's why you just can't give up. The game's not over until it's over. Even if your teammate does basically dribble it into the net almost twice. So that's a good learning point for everybody out there, including myself. Then we jump into the last game. So we jump into this last game. This is our ninth of 10 at this point. I did take a mid-break. So I think I played about 5 or 6 in a row. After going on that little bit of a losing streak that we had, I said, you know what? I need to give myself a little bit of a break from this game. That's exactly what we did. When I came back in, it did not continue. It didn't turn around as we have been talking about. So we'll talk here a little bit. Felt like at the start of this and the couple of games before this, again, was feeling relatively confident. Obviously a little bit more nervous. Nervous might not be the right word for it, but just a little offset because of our previous game's performance and where we wanted to be. I knew the next couple of games were critical. Make a nice little touch here to get around the defender, and then speed and position was huge. So that guy, again, doesn't see his teammate on the wall, so it's basically a double commit there. As soon as I pop it off, nobody's there defending the goal. I'm able to I had enough boost with some good boost conservation and positioning there, was able to just get in front of that ball and make that score. So I was pretty happy about that. Rough challenge there. Probably should have read that ball just a smidge better, and actually would have made a nice little challenge here. Was not sure. I definitely cut my teammate off there. He was definitely playing a little bit more conservative, but I think he had that. I need to trust in that position because that was a pretty bad double commit from us and from me. And what does that end up doing? We both go for the boost. We're a little desynchronized. I don't have any boost. To come up and not only make that touch, I know I need to kick it into the corner, but then to recover and be able to make the play on the back end. So we get tied up 1-1, which isn't terrible. This guy makes a little pop-up. Decent little save here. Positioning again being key. Little boost grab. Kind of hoping our teammate there would have pushed a little bit quicker just to be able to get that out. And then, but it is what it is. This was an interesting game because, again, it was, I can't remember. I don't think these guys on the opposing team were partnered up. But boost became a vital issue. And there was a lot of double commits in this game. But at this point, I am recognizing and realizing that these guys are probably, a little bit lower in you know, either really low diamond or just high platinum at this point. So not to say they're bad players by any means. I'm at the rank that I deserve. So I thought that was important, but definitely could tell a little bit of skill gap. And then I was really happy with this right here. Again, I just talked in the previous match, I'm not really good at dribbling. I thought this was a really good catch, a nice little play to get around that guy. And then I've got to squeeze it in. Whew, I choked up a little bit there. That's what 20 minutes of talking will get you. But I knew I needed to squeeze that in there, and the best thing, since I had the good control, I needed to put some boost on. I had seen the opponent go for the far corner boost, but I know he knows I'm not shooting it, right? Because that ball is basically on my car. He knows that I'm going to be driving it straight. So the best thing I can do is go near post, try to squeeze it. He knows that his best play is to try to get a pinch and get a shot out of there. Honestly, good defense by him, and we were just quick enough and had enough velocity behind the ball in order to get it in. Teammate made a really good shot just prior to this. Again, a little bit of an interesting thing there because that was a double commit on his follow, but it didn't end up getting us punished, which was nice. And then again, a little bit of aggression here from us because we've got a 2-goal lead, and now we've got a 3-goal lead. I've said this a lot. Sometimes the best missed shots are the best opportunities for your team. That guy, great positioning to be on that side. He sees where the ball is going. He sees where potentially the touch from the opposing team is going to go, either into the corner or kind of where it did, where it fell a little bit right into the net. And that was just an opportunistic play and to capitalize on the mistakes. Now, that's the nice thing about doubles, is if you can capitalize on those mistakes, it doesn't take a lot of times a whole lot in order to be able to score, which is really good. And then we really started to get into a pretty dang good flow, me and the teammate here. This was a beautiful pass off the wall. Now, obviously, they have one of their players AFK, so this guy's not really in a position to be able to make this save. But that was great to bring it down, had a little bit of velocity on it, but also put it in a great position out in front to be able to make it. So it was a relatively easy score for me on the net. And it's unfortunate that we still see this in the competitive arena, but this guy's teammate is AFK. I'm pretty sure he was probably talking mad crap in the chat, and then he decides to come back and play, which I also thought was really, really interesting for like 5.5 seconds, and then he goes AFK again, and I don't know, just not sure. Don't do this, guys. You know what I mean? I get that these guys are upset at each other. I don't know if something's going on with his internet. I highly doubt that. They're obviously down at this point. It's just not worth it. If the game's not going well and your teammate doesn't want to forfeit, you know, maybe they've got some pride on the line, or they want the experience, or don't want to lose. I don't know. Whatever it ends up being, just try to play it out, especially in competitive. Casuals, if you don't like the competitive scene and the losses and stuff, and you know you can't handle them or whatever, just play casuals, man. That way you can quit whenever it's going bad. I was pretty happy with this little shot here. Kind of come off the wall, catch this. My teammate, I think, helped me out a little bit there. We take a nice little commanding lead, and it ends up being all right for us as we finish this game out. So again, we'll see here at the end, just as we finish this last minute or so up. You know, again, Plat 3, Div 4, finished for our placement matches. Nice little control to really, I think, put this one away. And again, disappointed. I'll say that. Definitely disappointed with where we're at, but want to keep the series going, have high hopes for the season, and do want to continue the grind. I call it a grind because it is time. It's a lot of time out there, and we want to, hopefully, some of my gameplay can help show you, you know, what not to do, which is sometimes a better teacher than what to do. And we look forward to getting back into our regular schedule for sure. Again, community designs and coaching corner. So coaching corner, I'll put the shameless plug in there for Sloth. We need some help with it. We need some help, and that help comes in the form of you guys sending us some clips. You can do that in a couple of different ways. You can chat with us down on Discord. You can shoot them over to us. If you are on Xbox, you can send them right to our profiles, and we will be able to take the clips from there. And it's a good opportunity, again, to kind of diagnose your gameplay a little bit. And honestly makes for a really, really fun series. And then again, community designs. Discord, we've got a server for that. So you can just take a quick pic and show us your designs, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. So, like I said, as we finish this one out, I think this was our 9th of 10 games, and we do end up getting that finish and going into Plat 3, Div 4 for the season. So, hopefully your season started off and is going much better than mine. And we look forward to continuing this series. And as always, just thank you guys for the support. Thank you for the support on this. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Do appreciate it. Throw a comment down below. We'd love to chat with you. And over in the Discord, keep an eye out for any future streams we got coming up. And as always, Dr. Maverick Gamer, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.